Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. Today we continue the free Better Beatmaker course right at busyworksbeats.com/betterbeatmaker. You will get these project files for free. I was calling him Osa Mason. I didn't realize it was Osama Son. So you guys will get the project files for free. Let's get started. We're 138 BPM. And you could go up to 140, but this is a danceable BPM. We're going to add the... So we're going to get started with some kind of old South type stuff, but then modernize it with like distortion. Okay, now we need a hi-hat. So if you guys struggle with like sound selection, you just go to our Discord, discord.gg/busyworksbeats. We have pretty much every trap sound you could ever need ever in there. So just right click. So the snares, there's no one spot for the snare. Whoever's doing it is probably playing it by hand. So there's no predictable pattern. But you can do a lot of bouncy stuff. Like instead of putting the snare 1, 2 like that, you could do doop, doop, doop like that. And that creates a little bounce to it. All right, let's clone this. So it's like tap, 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 tap. It's a Teresio pattern, but it's just offset. Trying not to get into the details. So it'd be ta, 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 like that. It's just offset. Okay, so the 808 you guys can use. It's this 808. It's basically an 808 run through Fruity Fast Distort. The reason I picked that one is to show you how to get there. So if you don't have that 808, you want to create something like it, you could send your 808 to the mixer, load up Fruity Fast Distort. It's a very distinctive sound. That's how I knew it was from here. If you put it on mode B, it adds that sound to it. So let's compare this 808 we just made with the other 808. Hear that type sound? We just created it here. So that's how you get that sound. You could blend it in with the mix level too if it's too much. That's how you get that weird type sound. Okay, so let's go over here. So we're not going to distort this track until the very end because we want to clip everything all at once. That's what creates that distorted sound. I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay, so now let's get into the music. We are going to be in C minor. You guys will get the project files for free. Again, go to busyworksbeats.com/betterbeatmaker and the project files will be in there. Let's send these to the mixer, hit Control L. Okay, so now what we want to do is add the ARP. Let's go to Nexus for this. You could go to anything that's like super digital synth, like Gladiator, Electra X, Nexus. We could try maybe Electra X might have more preset focus. The only reason I'm not using Electra X is not a lot of people have it, and it's not the easiest synth to program. So that's why I'm not really messing with it. But you can a lot of these can't really do much to them. Download a bunch of sound design. It's just too much going on. Let's see if there's a regular ARP sequence, ARP single play. So you could try stuff like that. Now the ARPs that I hear in most of his songs are it goes ta-ta-ta, it goes ta-ta-ta, and then it stops. So let's just try some of these for texture purposes, but Nexus is an easier tool, in my opinion. So C minor, if you guys don't know what C minor is, go to your chord stamps, go down to where it says minor natural, and load this over here. We're going to use a really high octave synth. And we're just going to play, just if you don't know how to make chords, go to your scale, skip every other note going up. Okay, that's how you create these chords. All right, so with these chords, again, you could play 3 notes. You could play chords out. I'm just going to use chords as a template. And you don't have to play that chord all the way through. Again, it could just be 3 notes, like do-do-do, like that. Let's shorten these out. Let's make it just a little bit shorter to where it just hits that 3rd note. And then we could do on the second half, we could do add the 7th. You don't need to know music theory for this. Okay, and we'll just repeat this. That has more of that like southern bounce to it. Now with Nexus, let's add like a bit crusher sound. Even if the sound isn't bit crushed, I'll show you guys a way to bit crush your sound. So we can go to really any synth. There's no one synth or another. Like we could use that synth, but I don't like this. Like this synth here. Just play really high notes. And then we're gonna use half steps. Okay, now we can go back and show you how to do a bit crush. To add bit crush, we're going to use what's called Kilohearts, and I believe they have a bit crush plugin we could use. There's other plugins, but this one. Okay, so now we can go back into the sound and swap out the sound, the source sound. So you can add little contra bounces in here. The shortcut is basically use your fourths or your fifths. So now we need to add the 808 for more bounce. Okay, so let's record this. Okay, so it's tresillo, dum, 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 dum. You don't always have to play tresillo in the beginning. Okay, now let's go back and start layering all these sounds. So we want more of a digital screechy sound. It's going to take a little bit to go through presets. So we're going to use Electra X. It's just known for its digital sound. Try out different synths. Okay, so I like the sound. We just need it to last longer, the notes. Okay, so let's drag this out. I'm actually going to move this to a different pattern, so it's on its own thing. You will get the project files if you go to busyworksbeats.com/betterbeatmaker. You guys will get the project files. Hit Control L. So now we have more bounce within the actual arpeggio. There's a lot to melody. I don't want to get too deep down the lane, but let's start adding our main snare. So everything can't be loud. So let's render this ARP so we don't have to use the actual plugin and start leveling this stuff out. All right, I rendered it so we don't have to use the plugin because the plugin glitched earlier and it like glitched on my new machine. So what we're gonna do is just turn this down manually. All right, so one thing about your ARP, if it's too on the grid, it could sound too tight. So let's slide this to the right, hit Alt right. Adds a little bounce. So what we did was just add a tiny, tiny, tiny time delay. You can't even see it really. And that will offset the timing of the arpeggio. So it's not so like right on the exact quantize. Same with the hi-hats. For that southern bounce, just delay the hi-hats a little bit. So now we're going to show you how to get that like crunchy sound. It's basically just a soft clipper. You could use Fruity Soft Clipper, but first I would add an EQ too, because we're going to use it as a gain knob. And let me take my mic off this. All right, so we're going to use it as a gain knob. So basically turning the gain knob up on the left side is a gain knob. We're going to load up Fruity Soft Clipper and turn it to the right, or you could start off on the left actually, and then slowly turn it to the right. And then we're going to add a parametric EQ2 to turn it down. Now you can technically use the Soft Clippers post to do this, but I'll just have a second EQ. And that's how you get that crunchy, bitey sound. So that soft clipping, you can, in the middle sounds the best for this track. All the way to the right is more hard clipping. All the way to the left is all soft clipping. So you can see it's the middle has the best results for this type of sound. All right, so let me just balance the levels and then we'll add some EQ to certain instrument. So don't be afraid to time delay individual sounds to add more bounce. Sometimes sounds shouldn't be perfectly when the beat starts. It should be a little delayed. So that's what I'm doing here is adding a tiny delay to the 808, tiny delay to the hi-hats and to the ARP. Now, the reason these are clashing is because you have two rhythmic things trying to happen. You have the arpeggio, and then you have this highly rhythmic thing. Now, so what I'm going to do to slow down the perceived rhythm is just add halftime. Now, where's my, let me see what track we're on actually. I put that on the wrong channel. See what channel this plugin's going to. I think it's 5, okay? So what we're going to do is before the bit crusher at halftime so that the halftime sound is going through a bit crusher. So it's not slowed down bit crush. And this will slow it down so it has a contrast to the rhythm and not compete against the rhythm. You can also use, like, you can group your melody. Let me find these two melodies. We're gonna right click, send this to the melody group. There's another plugin by Kilohertz called Reverser. Some songs it works, some songs it doesn't. Just try it. So it's a nice little way to switch up your melody. You can also automate this. Might be a little too confusing. Let's hear it with the drums. Like the blend, but it's probably too much. All right, so let's mix this a little bit. So for my ear, I don't like Fruity Fast Distort that much. If you guys like that distorted sound, you could add it in. It's just adding harmonics that are conflicting against the notes. So I'm going to turn it down. So I'm biasing the bass into the soft clipper. So you can add little hi-hat rolls like throughout there just to add more bounce. I've noticed his tracks are more tilted towards the high end. So what we're going to do is actually tilt this using a parametric EQ, or excuse me, a FabFilter Q3 EQ. And then what we're going to do is add a tilt, a flat tilt, and just tilt the track more towards the high end. All right, you guys will get the project files. Go to busyworksbeats.com/betterbeatmaker to get these project files for free. Peace.